You're watching Step Outside with Paul Burt.
G'day guys. Today we are out here targeting some different species using live baits. And the bait we're after is just in these shallow areas here. And it's one that I love to use. And it's called a hardy head and a very hardy bait. They've got a perfect elongated body, a nice hard scale on them. Therefore, it's going to last a bit longer on the hook. And a lot of fish love to eat them as well, from pelagics such as yellowfin, through to mac tuna and long-tailed tuna, and even bonito, all the way through to our bottom demersals such as flathead. You can even catch such a thing as a jewfish or a mulloway. So many different species love to eat that fish. Well, I got the cast net in hand. There's a few schools around here. Let's see how we go. There we got one. This is the bait. So what we're doing here is just locating the school in close. Generally, a good way to find the bait is just by really noticing the water. And what I mean by that is take note of what the water is doing. Yeah, it's rolling, there's a lot of bumps, there's a lot of bit of breaking waves and stuff, but look for things like raindrops falling on the water. It's not raining at the moment, but those little raindrops generally are the bait fish coming up and taking little splashes on the surface. Things like that, knowing what nature's going to give you is going to help you the next time you're stepping outside to catch some bait. If you do it right, you're going to catch some just like that. So this is what the hardy head is. Have a look at that, a beautiful fish. He's got really nice colours on him, very hard scales, but you put a 2-0 or 3-0 hook under his jaw and out through the top of his nose, he's going to get absolutely smacked. You don't need to go a 2-hook rig on these. A single hook is more than enough, and they are such a great bait. And when they do die, at the end of the day, don't throw them away and feed them to the fish or to the birds. Take them home, because that particular bait, even when it's dead, is an absolute 10 out of 10 to the bait. Now, the idea of casting the cast net, there's so many different ways. We've shown you quite a few, particularly from Drew Argus, from Pro Throw Nets, and Gordon Triplett from Garden. All the boys have their own different styles, but for me, this is how I like to cast it. So I'll just grab out 2 sets of leads like that. I'll just put that up against the top of the net, the fold here, and then I just pick it up and grab the inside lead. That's it. We're ready to fire it away now. And all we have to do, look for the bait. And the idea here is that when we do locate the bait, there they are now, I'll have a cast. It's just throw it all out there and keep hold of that left hand, because that's going to pull the net back as the other passes over it and forming the circle. Now, when you pull in your cast net, I'm after the bait, but what's going to happen is the bait's going to shoot through the holes, because these nets are designed not to kill everything. So we just want that larger fish. So what we do here, a lot of them I can see them escaping out of the net right now, but we're going to have just a couple, like this little guy here is caught up. There's another guy there behind him caught up. So you might only get 3 or 4 or 5 a cast. Sometimes you might get 1, sometimes definitely none. But you can see if I let that net stay in the water a bit longer, all he would have done is given that tail a flick and out he comes. And then he goes. So it's a really cool way, but also understanding how to do this. Making sure that you get the bait, keep that net a little bit more taut rather than relaxed. And that way the fish will just sort of, the pressure of the net will just keep them there. Otherwise, they're just going to scooch through. A couple of tips for you when you cast netting. Well, we've got enough bait now. It's time to head to the fishing grounds. And I've got a nice little spot that I reckon might just produce a few scales. Let's go. So here we are. This is cool. This is the wrecks along the inside of Moreton Island. And I'll tell you what, it's a great little spot where you too can not only come here, or if you've got wrecks in your neck of the woods, that you might want to fish in this particular manner. Now, the live bait we're actually catching here is going to be used in this area as well. So why bring a foreign bait? Now, we're only just up the beach here is where we caught all those hardy heads. So the fish here are going to be used to eating those fish that swim past, being those baits. So we're going to rig up, drop down in these little eddies and turbulent waters and fingers crossed, come up with a few scutters. So the gear that I'm running here today it's got a little bit of beef to it, a little bit of balls, and it's going to pull that fish away from these structures if I hook into something decent. So I've got the Stratic, this is the 4000 Shimano. I've also got the dual rod. This is the medium 702, so it's a medium taper, and it's a weighted 3 to 6 kilograms. So nice guts down the bottom, plenty of tip action on it as well. I'm running around 15-pound Kariki braid, and I've got myself 16-pound fluorocarbon leader. I'll show you how I'm going to hook this up. There's nothing fancy about it. In fact, it's probably the most minimal rig you'll ever want to tie. Have a look at this. I'm just going to do a very simple uni knot and just wrap that tag through that loop half a dozen times. 1, 2, I know my hands are big. It's hard to see at times, but I think you get the gist of what I'm doing is that tag's gone through the loop. And then I just pull this tight here. Not too tight, but tight enough. And then from here, I'm going to slide it down close to that eye. And then I pull the tag and it's going to tighten that knot. As you can see. Now we're going to trim that up. Keep our tags. What I'm going to do here now, instead of putting a running ball sinker on, I'm going to use this little split shot and just keep it about 3 inches up from the hook. And I don't want to go too heavy here. So I'm going to put that on here. Squeezing tight. There's our rig. How simple. Split shot, hook, nothing extra. You're always guaranteed a catch. Just grab out one that we're after, put the other guys back in there, and this is how we rig up our hardy head. So all we're going to do is go underneath his jaw, out through his nose, and that's it. And now, put him in the water for hopefully a fish. Really important when you are fishing structured areas like this with baits like this is to hold the rod. You're going to get more feel out of it. It only takes 2 seconds for a bait to get ripped from your hook. You could be spending the next 10 minutes totally baitless and wondering why you're not getting a bite. If you're fishing around rock walls, good tip for you is that if you are fishing around rock walls, is use the lightest weight as possible and you eliminate the potential of getting snags and hookups. So that split shot's just going to slowly get that bait down to the depth and just mull around the bottom, and any fish that's in that vicinity will come up and smack it, rather than a shot put kind of lead just dragging it to the bottom, getting caught up in all the wreck and underwater structure. So this is just going to slowly move around. That bait fish can then flick around if he wants to and make a big difference to your hookup and strike rate. Yep, okay. I don't know yet. This is a good fish. Okay, let's get into him, son. Drag up a bit because I don't want to lose it. No. Just go. Come on. Come on, let's turn your head, buddy. I just want to see what you are. Turn your head. Oh, look at the big fish down below it. Look at those big things below it. Look at these things. What are they? They're huge. I got my fish back though. I got my fish back. Look at that. What a magnificent species of fish. Absolutely stunning. And I tell you what, that put up a fight. And those big ones down there, I don't know what they are. They're big. They look like giant barracuda. And there's big barracuda in there. They generally swim in pairs, hence the reason why I saw 2. We got this one up. I reckon I might be able to have a bit of fun on the barracuda by putting a bigger lure out and spinning it back. I think I might try that, get a little bit gutsy. But what an absolute stunning fish. And fish like this that live in the reefs here, and these wrecks, again, you've got to have the power. If I didn't have the power of that jewel, the 3 to 6 kilo, there's no chance of getting him back up to the top. Never really caught one of these here before in my life, but this is a Chinaman fish. I've caught some big Chinamans up north, but can't eat them. Hopefully you make it back to the bottom, my friend. See you later. Now, I'm gonna go a little bit heavier. I'm gonna go, this is the Torres, 60 to 70 pound. I've got on here the Stratic, this is the 10,000 or the 8,000, and I've got around 100 pound fluorocarbon leader. I'm gonna put on this large metal spinning lure and see if I can spin up one of those larger fish that have been knocking our fish off. Hopefully have a bit of fun. Straight up, mate. Well, he's coming up. Just be careful as he comes up.
Mate, it's
Oh, it's a cod, and there's those big fish right down there.
Oh yeah, I see them.
Oh, that's better. That's better. That's better. Here, Callum. Let's lose that, mate. Watch that hook. Look at the line cut through the water. Come back here, buddy. This is big. This is big. Here he comes. Here he comes. Barracuda or shark. Look at that. Oh, you see the size of that shine in the water. Look at that. Oh my God, out here. Look at the size of this thing. Oh my God. It's an absolute monster. Look at the size of this. And there's another 3 mates hanging with him. Look at them all hanging with him. Look at the size of that. Need to just gaff him, lip gaff him. Come here, buddy. Oh my God. Are you serious? Come and hold that, mate. Are you serious? Look at the size of this, baby. Look at the size of that. Look at that. Look at that. Does it get, lose the gaff, man, lose the gaff. Look at the size of this thing, folks. Absolutely annihilated. And this is the reason why we couldn't sit back and pull them up on our so-called medium tapered 3 to 6 kilo outfit. This lure, this fish, and have a look at the teeth on this thing. Does it get much gnarlier than that? Oh my God. That is an absolute monster, folks. The teeth on that thing is incredible. I'm gonna let this go. There's no way that I wanna keep it. But does it get much bigger than that? Does it get much better than that? But have a look at the area. There's kids on kayaks. There's people swimming and snorkeling. There's people over here sitting back and just fishing. There's people on the beach swimming. I can't say any more. Lots of activity, but the fish, they're still going off. I'm gonna get this line out of here. It's all right, mate. Okay, you're done. What an absolute corker. Alrighty, and you, my friend, can go back into the depth. Watch this. Give us a kick. Look at that, magnificent. Well, there you have it, everybody. Just coming out, catching hardy heads from the bank, using the cast net, showing you how to do that technique of getting bait caught locally. Then coming out here, catching a few fish, getting the Chinaman, losing some brim and so forth and other things, and then getting bricked, smashed, hooked up, gone. Our gear was too light. I had the heavy rod there. I thought, let's play a little bit more on their level. We played dirty, we won, we got the fish up, and he's gone back to the depth with his tail between his legs. Here's some tips to get you underway, everyone. The next time, you're gonna come out here and do some live baiting.
Now, if you want to keep up to date with all things outside, simply head to our social pages and give us a follow. There you'll find tips, our latest Step Outside podcast, fishing segments, and recipes.